Hey everyone, I'm Joanne Hughes. I'm an intuitive lifestyle strategist, and today is day 5 in my 30-day visibility challenge. And I'm talking productivity. But before I do that, I wanted to talk a little bit about this 30-day challenge. If you haven't seen my first video, I'm going to link my YouTube channel below, and you'll be able to go back to the first video I recorded, which will kind of talk a little bit about the challenge and why I'm doing it. And you'll also be able to like and subscribe so you get the rest of these 30 videos I do and much more videos as I will be putting them out once a week. So this week in my talk, I've kind of geared my talk more towards coaches. I am a coach and a mentor and an author. And so I have geared my talk this week about that. But I will also be talking about other topics, which I have not planned a full 30 days of topics. I will just, daily I kind of either see or might hear something. And it's not always going to be talking. I'm going to be doing some readings. I'm going to be showing you some breathing techniques. I'm also going to be doing energy work, talking about my body mind assessment and mapping, because that's a really important thing for myself and for others. It is my process that I work with people to help them, heal illnesses, traumas in the body, help them release that. And also, I will be talking about some Ayurveda and just, doing basics, talking about the basics of Ayurveda and how you can utilize it and your biocharacteristics to keep yourself healthy and heal yourself and your family. So I'll be talking about a bunch of different things because I do a lot of different things in my practice, and I utilize, as I say, my intuition and my background in counseling and cognitive behavior therapy and lots of stuff, and Ayurveda, which is coming up. So you can. I don't have it posted where you can see different talks, but I promise I'll mix it up. It's only this week that I'm really focusing on coaches and what coaches can utilize in their business for many different reasons. So today I wanted to talk about productivity because I know myself as a writer and a coach, sometimes, the day it seems to just disappear. And some days, like, for myself anyway, some days I'm tired and it's hard for my brain to function and to think. Um, when I first started my very first novel, which I'm still currently working on, but it's put on hold for now. When I started writing that, though, and I had to sit down and write, I started writing my novel, and it's 50,000 words is typically the length of a novel. And that, if you think about that myself, the way I am, I can think 50,000 words and get extremely overwhelmed. And unless I'm in a really great spot where I'm totally inspired to write, it's hard for me to sit for that long when I think, oh my God, I have to write 50,000 words. So what I started doing, and what a lot of writers do, is they do what they call sprints. And so the one way that I was able to sit down and write, the first chapter of my book, or sit down and write a week's worth of, my last book it took me a week to write that. So what you do is, I like myself to I do 25-minute sprints. So I set the timer on my phone, and I write for 25 minutes. And then after 25 minutes, I get up and I go do something. And then I come back and I do another 25 minutes. For myself, 25 minutes works. But if you're a coach and you find it, overwhelming, or your business owner, you have a small home-based business, and of course you have families and kids and appointments and all these other things, trying to find time to actually sit down and accomplish the goals that you hopefully have set out for yourself every day, I find the easiest thing is to do the sprints, because you know that you only have that certain amount, and you don't have to do 25 minutes. You can set yourself a goal of an hour and a half. Now, I do a lot of things during the day. I have two courses I'm involved in. I have social media. I have one book that I'm trying to finish. And so there's a lot of things, a lot of goals throughout a day for myself that I have. And I do find it extremely overwhelming. And I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I have high expectations for myself. So for me, the best thing to do is to set out a time as well. Now, this is moving beyond the sprints, because a sprint is 25 minutes I set for myself, and then I go off and do something else and come back. But the other thing that I do is that I will time out. I sit down and, if I can show you, I have I have lots of these desk calendars, um, smaller ones, planners that I'm constantly writing on. It's hard for you to see it, but um, I often do that. So really, in each, they're for a day, but in one row, in one column, because there's no, like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's just on the top. But depending on what you have, I will write down and break up my day with an hour and a half of focusing on one subject or one goal that I have, and then breaking up the day that way. So one day might be my Ayurveda course, another day might be the other course, one day might be for my YouTube channel, another day will be for writing content. So I find it easier to do that when you have an hour and a half each day that you're setting that time aside, and assigning it to a certain task or a certain goal. But then as well, in there, you have to, fit the rest of your day in. So maybe you're doing an hour and a half from 5 to 6:30, and then for 2 hours you're cleaning the house or looking after the kids or whatever it is that you're doing, and then you go back to another hour and a half, and set an 1 hour and a half increments throughout the day, working them in with everything else that you're doing. It is really hard to, especially when you're working from home. Sometimes it's easier to go to a physical place, building, whether, just like if you're going to work every day, you're out of the house, and everything else in the house kind of is put on hold until you get home. So another thing, which unfortunately I can't show you at the time right now, I don't have it anything kind of done, is a Kanban board. But a Kanban board is essentially, if you had a whiteboard in your house. I don't even use a whiteboard. I just use like a planner. I have stickies, and you have 3 rows. And the first row is all the tasks and the goals that you're setting for yourself. The second row is currently working on, and then the third row is completed. So if you write on sticky notes on your first column of all the goals of the tasks that you're setting out for yourself, and as you start to work on them, you can actually go to that board. For me, I go to my planner and I just move them over on my planner. But it's great if you have a whiteboard. But if you have a whiteboard, you walk up to that board, you can see all the tasks that you have, and it might just be for a quarter. It doesn't have to be for that day. It could be, I would set it personally to the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. And then you look at all the different tasks and decide which one is more urgent, which one should take priority. And then as you begin to work in it, you take it from the left and you move it to the right and you put it into the middle. And once you're finished with it, you move it to the end. That way it's visual. If you're a visual person, it helps you to keep your tasks straight and it helps you to keep your time straight. So sometimes that's what I'll do for myself when I have a lot of tasks or goals that I've set for myself. So I hope you try this sprint so because truly, you know, if you want to call yourself someone who might have ADD or something, or finds it really hard to focus and to concentrate and to sit for any length of time, sprints are the best way to help yourself focus. You're structured with your time. You have that timer going, you know that you only have that amount of time, and then you get up and you can go do something else. So it's a great way to keep on task, achieve your goals, and move forward through your day and all your goals. So um, that's it for today. And again, I will next week, what you can look forward to, on my visibility challenge, I have two things that I am setting for myself out of this 30-day. And Friday evening at 6 will be conversations from the couch, which I will be doing talks and doing some card pulls for people. And so doing a little bit more with the psychic medium stuff. And Saturday morning will be coffee and chat, which will be more geared toward coaches and motivation. So those are two things you can look forward to next week. I hope you have a wonderful day, everyone, and a great weekend. Have a good day. Bye.